a Mahatma, he knows perfectly well that Krishna is the original Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. So, in other words, the Mahatma, the great soul, he has understood that all this variety, all the people that surround us, all the places where we are going, all the things that we have, also the things that we don't have, and all the movements in this world, there is no atom where Krishna is not inside. Krishna, I wanted to say he's behind everything, but actually he's within everything also. Yes. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, what is that? Purva Param Bahischanta. Purva, Krishna is described. He's the beginning of everything, Aparam and the end, Bahi, and he is outside of everything, and he is within everything also. Jagatoyo, in the whole universe. He is within everything, he is outside of everything. That means also beyond the universe, he is also everywhere. And like that, Krishna is, or another, Srila Prabhupada, he translates that verse, and in the translation he's adding, in other words, Krishna is all-pervading. So, this is a nice philosophical point also, but the test of pure devotion is to actually have a very practical, continuous, uninterrupted perception that Krishna is behind everything. And this is the nature of a human being actually, to make that discovery. Any sincere, humble, honest human being will arrive at this conclusion that there is something or someone behind everything. You don't have to become a Hare Krishna first. You can have that realization before that also. So, and when that recognition of absolute truth becomes mature, then one will come to that realization and practical experience that what is standing behind everything is Krishna. He is behind everything. He is that all-pervading transcendental personality. And that is a pure devotee. That is a great soul who has arrived at this ultimate philosophical conclusion and is living in that as a practical experience. Yes. And what is very interesting is that Krishna, he has wonderful qualities, and a mature devotee of Krishna, he reflects those qualities. He also, with some, how to say, individual in his own individual way, he will reflect those qualities of Krishna, to some extent and in some aspect. So Krishna is very attractive. Krishna, his name means that he is all attractive. For example, I find this really funny actually. we every we sing the Damodar Rastakam, and then we sing this verse 7, the second last one. And what is described is that Krishna, who was very naughty, and who was bound by his mother with rope, or let's say some how you call this, some tie, some cloth, something. And so Krishna was bound by his mother to a big grinding mortar. Here we see the mortar is bigger than Krishna himself. Der Mörser ist größer als Krishna. Yes. So, and then Mother Yashoda, she thought that, okay, now I bound him. It was really tough. It was hard work. But now Krishna is bound, and now she has gone somewhere else. And Krishna, he is bound there, and he is thinking that now she has bound me because I was stealing butter. And now I will do something more mischievous. Etwas Schlimmeres. And then Krishna, he sees the two big trees in the garden, and he knows that there is a good, purpose also, and it suits the pastime. It also suits the more confidential rasa. So Krishna, he's pulling the mortar. He's still bound. He cannot just take off that rope. He cannot just take away that rope. But he's pulling the mortar. And then it says the mortar is stuck between those two trees. And then Krishna, he's pulling, and the whole two trees will and makes a huge crash, and those two huge trees, they have fallen down. Yes, and then in Damodar Rastakam, it is specifically explained how there are Kuverat Major. They are the two sons of the Deva demigod Kuvera. And they got a curse blessing by Srila Narada Muni, and he ultimately blessed them that they have this darshan, that they see Krishna. And Kuverat Major Bhadha Murtyava Yadva Tvaya Murtito. By you, they are liberated. Maybe I'm speculating on the Sanskrit. If you know more, then please forgive. So they are being liberated by Krishna. They are liberated from material bondage. They are liberated and blessed with pure devotional service. Pure devotion. Yes. Krishna himself is declaring, after this life, you can go. No more rebirth in the material world. So he is liberating from material bondage. But at the same time, he cannot liberate himself from the rope. He blessed them. Okay, you go to the spiritual world. And after that, he's standing there. I cannot go anywhere. So Krishna is very funny. And he's very attractive. Srila Rupa Goswami, he explains that all his qualities go unlimitedly deep. So sometimes we may be impressed with someone who is very smart, or he's very learned, or he's very, he knows many languages, he's very expert at something. So many things can be there. Or he's very serious, very grave. So we may meet people who have such qualities, and there is some depth of those qualities. But in Krishna, each quality that Krishna has, and ultimately he has unlimited qualities. Srila Rupa Goswami is giving 64. So all those qualities, there is no end to the depth of each quality. It goes unlimited. Can you imagine? Nrsingadev, he is unlimitedly angry. So you cannot imagine how angry Nrsingadev must be when he comes there and he kills Hiranyakashipu. Yes. So all those qualities of Krishna, they go unlimitedly deep. And Krishna specifically, Srila Prabhupada, Srimad Bhagavatam, this one purport is there. Srila Prabhupada is explaining that all the avatars of Krishna, they manifest the Lord's qualities according to the situation. Because Krishna is also a perfect knower of time and place, circumstances. Yes, so, and according to a situation, he will do something. And he will show something. Yes. So Krishna is unlimitedly attractive. And his devotees, who are situated in his internal potency, internal energy, they show us, they give us an idea, they show us something of that unlimited spiritual nature. They can do that, to some extent, as Krishna empowers. And if we come into the association of such persons, then that attractive feature of Krishna shows through them. So we become attracted. And this attraction is so powerful. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada writes that it will forcefully pull one till the end. Yes. So it is our own choice. But the nature of contact with Krishna and Krishna's internal energy and Krishna's devotees is that it is attracting us. And it shows us that here is something better. And that perception may be very unconscious first, but still it is a practical experience. The soul resonates. So, and if one comes to the point that one consciously finds some value in devotional service, to Krishna, then that becomes accelerated more and more. And we become more and more eager to shift from the material energy of God to the spiritual energy of God. Yes. And that is the end of the purport here also. Then one comes to that point. Srila Prabhupada is writing, they meditate only upon Krishna in Krishna consciousness. They are always engaged in the unswerving service of the Lord in Krishna consciousness. So, we stop here. Is there anything anyone would like to ask, or anything anyone would like to add?
Yes. I'd like to ask about, you mentioned that I'm not sure how you framed it, but to be continuously aware of the fact that Krishna is behind everything. And I'm wondering whether we should use our intelligence to look at every situation, try to look, if we remember, at every situation like this, frame every situation. So would this be also a process? How we can, or is this something that by other processes is naturally developed without separating this regard?
Could we say that intelligence refers to seeing the world through scripture? Shastra Chaksha?
Yeah, I think it's compatible.
Endeavoring to see the world through the scriptures. Yes. Is this advised? Yes. Yes. There's one verse. Knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence. O mighty Arjuna, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence. So we use the intelligence, spiritualized intelligence. But before that, according to this verse, we have to realize ourselves beyond the intelligence. So the most important thing is, I would say in this connection also, Cheto Dapanavadana. We have to clear the mirror of the mind, or consciousness, or Cheta. We have to clear our consciousness by transcendental sound. Otherwise there is no intelligence. Not really. Otherwise there's only there is no, yes, otherwise our intelligence is not useful. So, and ultimately, now for us in our current situation, Shastra is not advising a philosophical process as the main process. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is advising Kirtaniya Sarahati. Always glorify Krishna. And of course, one needs one's intelligence also to glorify Krishna. But generally we say that always means to always chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, I would say we should not... It is a question of faith. It is a question of faith. Do we have faith that if I chant Hare Krishna all day long, everything will be good? Do we have faith that... Or do I have faith that I have to think about this thing, I have to think about that thing? But as much as we are conscious of the material world, I would conclude that yes, we need intelligence. We need intelligence to plan how to do things, how to move in this world and not forget Krishna. Yes. And for that we hear scripture. Krishna is, Akila Prabhu just reminded me, all light that we have is a reflection of Krishna's effulgence. Yes. But we also, so we have to have both. We have to see things in connection with Krishna, but we also have to be conscious of Krishna himself. And for this we need pure consciousness. And for pure consciousness we need Krishna's name and His mercy. Like yes. That was my thought. For now, thank you very much. Srila Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Guru Bhakti ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mm-hmm.